Good Monday morning, everybody. It is May 22nd, and I'm Chris Allen here on the SAM channel, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter, all sponsored by Ace Hardware Marketplace. Weather Stick is blue. Where is it? Right there. There's Weather Stick under the Ace sign. Now, I've been doing a little more rearranging. And this whole scene behind me will change from time to time just based on equipment and signage and all these different things. But this is the corner. This is just one corner of my room that I have in. This is my home studio. And so you can see CDs over here, and you got TVs over here, more computers, stereo mixers, and all this stuff you can't see. One of these times I'm going to do a little room tour, but right now you don't want to see the rest of the room because it's junk. Well, that's what my wife calls it. She says it's junk. I call it heaven. Stereos, records, pieces of equipment, speakers, turntables, microphones, memorabilia. It's like my little haven here. Haven, heaven, heaven, haven. Yeah. Oh, vintage haven. Well, not okay. Never mind. I'm getting off subject. Anyway, the weather's fine. That's why I'm just kind of gloating on here about not much else besides the weather because there's just not much weather going on. It's all pretty quiet. As you can see now, we do have a few clouds, but these clouds are not producing any kind of shower activity. You'll notice this morning as you're heading off to work, just some clouds. That's it. Nothing in the way of rain. This is a little disturbance. You can see it there to the eastern part of Kentucky, that little broken line. I call it a straw. It's really a shortwave disturbance that's just there. And then we have some system that we have, well, a system in the Gulf of Mexico that is trying to throw some moisture up this direction, but it's not going to go far. It's just going to produce those high clouds that you're seeing this morning. But as far as rain, not today. Not today. Let's take a look at the 10-day blender, and you can see that we're going to see some very nice weather over the next few days. We go around 80 today. Our high yesterday was 77, and it was oh so nice. It felt so good. The sunshine was there, but the humidities were low. We had a little bit of a breeze. It just felt wonderful. To me, it felt better being outside than inside yesterday. Inside was kind of, I don't know, in here it was kind of stuffy. The air wasn't mixing that much, but I stepped outside and stayed out there for a little bit, and it's like, wow, this feels good. And we're going to feel some really nice days this week where the dew points are low, the humidity levels are therefore low, and you're going to enjoy some 70s. You see there. So we go 80 today, yesterday's high 77, 80 is where we should be on average. So we were 3 degrees below average yesterday officially. We go 83 on Tuesday. There will be that small chance of a shower, which I'll show you on the model map here in just a second for Tuesday afternoon, but not everybody's going to get wet out of that. It is after that, cold front comes through on Wednesday, and look at that 79, 78, 79, 79. This weekend is going to be spectacular. Spectacular. Beautiful. Awesome. Gorgeous. After this front passes on Wednesday, dew points go down into the 40s. What? Dew points ought to be like upper 50s, low 60s, a little humid, a little sticky. No, this is going to be, I mean, this weekend, if you want to plan something outdoors, maybe it's yard work. You want to do some yard work without any, you know, sweat equity, so to speak. You want to get out there, maybe do some painting, maybe do something around the house, or just get out and enjoy the weather, have some fun. this weekend is your weekend because it's going to be in the upper 70s with low dew points, and it's going to feel absolutely wonderful. Guaranteed. Now, after that, you can see that we heat up. As we get into next week, the final week of the month of May, we heat up. We go mid to upper 80s, close to 90 by the first day of June, which is, as you see there, the very last day on the chart. Yeah, 90. Yeah, close to it. Humidity comes back. You're going to feel it. It's going to be like summer, and we're almost there. We're only about 20 something days away now from the official beginning of summer. And that's Memorial Day weekend, of course, and it's going to feel like Memorial Day weekend. Okay, here's a look at mesonet temperatures as of 4:35 a.m. this morning. Temperatures in the pleasant upper 40s. You see there in the central part of the state. And then 50s where we are, mid 50s. I don't see any 60s yet, but it won't take long for us to get there. But very comfortable, very dry atmosphere. There may be a couple of places where you're seeing a little patchy fog to start out this morning, but otherwise, man, it is going to be a terrific day. And the model map, not only bearing that out, but also showing that things are going to be very quiet weather-wise. We don't have any major systems coming in. We don't have any big cold fronts. We don't have any big storms. We don't have any big wind. It is just going to be a very copacetic, very nice. I'm trying to think of all the adjectives I can. Just a very nice pattern that we're going to be in. Big, sprawling, high pressure is just really dominating. Where's my little draw? There it is. Okay, my little telestrator. Here we go. I mean, high pressure just really dominating the entire southern half of the country. We have little systems that try to work in here, and the one that's going to try to work in here tomorrow is just a little bit of a flow that comes in off of the Atlantic and a little bit of a feed off the Gulf of Mexico. But with the blocking high pressure, we've got one here, and then we've got big blocking high pressure on the east or the west coast. Then we have this, remember this earlier, the omega flow, that omega pattern. Well, we've got that being set up again. And so what that means is we're going to be in this pattern of not much going on from where we sit. There will be showers along the Gulf Coast, maybe along the southern Atlantic. Here's something there, a little disturbance in the panhandle of Texas. And then you get out in Nevada and Wyoming and some of those places. There's a little bit of activity there. But as you can see, over the next few days, it just stays very quiet. There's that big blocking high again, just taking over the eastern part of the United States. Showers and thunderstorms will start to, blossom up here in the plains as we get into, this is Thursday, but we're going to be protected. That high pressure is almost like a big wall of protection away from storms. Things are just not going to get bad at all. Here we go into this is late weekend, Saturday. Yeah, we're still, look at that, 1023, 1024 millibars. That's all big, massive ridge of high pressure. Some trouble in the Midwest and then the plains with a cold front that's going to be eventually moving our direction. Eventually. But it's going to take a while to get here. It may not be until early next week, maybe Monday, Tuesday, that thing gets here. But even look at these, look at the low pressures, the millibars here, 1012 and 1013. Then you got 1023, 1024. The high pressure ridge still much stronger than these low pressure systems. And even though there will be rain and thunderstorms along that front, there's just not going to be any activity coming our direction anytime soon. So we're going to keep it dry for now. It may not be until about this time next week before we even see the next chance of rain. So on the flip side, I was talking about how nice it's going to be and to get outside and do stuff, yard work, painting, roofing. I know there's still a lot of roofing going on because of the winds of March. But the flip side of this is if you're a farmer or somebody that needs some rain eventually after this week, you may want to make provision to get some alternative water in here because it's going to get dry. It's going to get really dry before it gets wet again. So just, looking at the pluses and minuses here. All right, I'll look at the surface map. We won't have to linger much on this because it's just plain old nice. Here we go into this afternoon. Notice the moisture trying to sneak in here from our south. This will maybe touch off a shower or two tomorrow. There's the straw, the shortwave trough, the little disturbance. It may bring a small chance of a shower if you live near the Tennessee border. So places like Franklin, Scottsville, maybe even Glasgow, Adairville, then to the east, Cumberland Plateau. You may get a shower or something out of this Tuesday afternoon, but it doesn't stay, doesn't last. High pressure builds back in on Wednesday. And this front to the north is going to be a dry front because it's running into this ridge of high pressure. And so it's just going to absorb the front as it moves south. But this is the Canadian high pressure, which is going to reinforce the very nice, very dry, low humidity weather for the rest of the week next week. And those highs only in the upper 70s, dew points in the 40s and 50s. It's really just going to feel incredibly wonderful by the middle of next week. Here we go into Friday, next Saturday, Sunday. Now, here's the system out in the plains that I was showing you along the warm front and along this boundary here that's going to eventually become a cold front. By Monday or Tuesday next week could affect us with maybe some rain. But we're talking about going an entire week here into the weekend and the beginning of next week with no rain, except for maybe what pops up tomorrow. And that's not for everybody. That's just going to be a little shower here and there. All right, you guys, I'm headed to the radio station this morning, Sam 100.7. And I've got, Beach Bend tickets. I've got hot rod tickets. Yeah, I've got hot rod baseball tickets. I've still got Christopher Cross tickets. Somebody's going to win something this morning. So tune in 6 to 10, Sam 100.7. All right. You guys, thank you for watching. God bless you. Have a great day, and I'll see you on the radio.